As the man says, that's one of my favourite songs of all time at the moment. That's a single which has been out, it's been out a year or so now, but I love it. I keep playing it every now and again. I suppose you're probably wishing that I'd stop. It's good. I like it. It's called Jimmy Dean and Steve McQueen. I give it a little spin every now and again. You know, people don't know that side of me, that side that wants to please. People think I'm horrible. Do you remember I was talking to you this morning about people who think I'm horrible?
Well,
I'm beginning to think, do people dislike me?
Yes.
I wish you had have hesitated a little before you answered that.
No, but they do.
No, but I wonder why. Is it because
of you? Because of you. Because of your attitude to people.
My attitude to people?
Yes. You're aloof.
I'm a what?
Aloof.
Oh, sorry. I panicked there. I thought you said something else. No, it's a question of...
no, you're aloof.
People don't I'm not aloof.
You are.
People who know me know that I'm kind, sensitive, and have a heart of corn.
No.
People who don't know me, they think I look down their noses at them, but I don't. It's just the way the shape of my face.
No.
Some people look friendly and other people don't. I don't look friendly. I know I don't, but I'm friendly. I like people. People like me.
No.
When they get to know me, if they don't know me, they hate me.
It's all about you. It's all about you. You're not prepared to sit in a cafe or a bar or wherever or a park bench and small talk to people. You just talk to people.
No, that's not true.
It is.
That's not true. There are certain things that I can't do. For instance, now...
You can't talk to people.
No, I don't want to. No, but it's not that I don't want to talk to people generally. It's the way that people approach me. Do you know when people come up and say... What? No, there certain... people approaching, they scare you. And I tend to...
Scare you. Oh, a big bookie man. Ooh, I'm going to scare Gerry. A boo. Boo, Gerry. Ooh, I'm going to scare you.
Girls, are you witnessing this? Emma is back. Emma's been away. Welcome back, Emma. Emma's been away. Where was she?
On a course.
Yeah. But she's been away, and we'll try and be a little human. She's probably been amongst civilised people for this last 4 or 5 days. It's probably a grave shock for her to be back. Is Emma with us? And Janet is with us? Yes. Well, we've got another episode of our soap today. Oh, good. I've been working at it this morning. I'll try it out on you, and maybe perhaps we could get parts for ourselves later on. I'm not going to give the girls any parts yet because it's about my pregnancy.
See, the BBC are doing the Coronation Street.
The BBC are doing the Coronation Street? What does that mean?
It means that the Coronation Street is celebrating, 50 years or whatever.
Yes.
And the BBC are putting on a show.
Are you serious?
To commemorate that, yes.
I don't believe that.
Yes. And they're getting actors to play the part of Ines Sharples. And
you mean the story of Coronation Street, the dramatisation?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Probably on BBC 4, is it?
I think it's on BBC 1 at the same time as Coronation Street goes out.
What are you winding me up here? What are you doing? What's going on there? What's going on here?
Janice saying...
What is she doing interfering with us?
Janice tapping her screen.
I saw
indicating,
her. I saw her tapping something.
That there's a red line engaged.
What does this mean? Listen, you get a piece of information this morning and you passed it on to me, but I didn't understand what it was. Could you give it to me again about the things here? But the DVD thing, what's that?
Oh, Ken's
been at it again.
What
did he
wanting
say?
this morning. The man in Belfast said that you were going out, you were 3 DBSs strong on each leg. Something like that.
Could you care to repeat that?
3 DBSs, I think he said.
And he said that to you?
He said that to me, and he says, tell Ken, you're on each leg.
On each leg, not just the one leg.
On each leg.
The 2 legs?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty serious, I would imagine.
But you see, Ken's very busy this morning.
I haven't seen him at all. He's around collecting money.
His sponsorship foreman.
He came into me this morning with a big smile. He said, good morning, Gerry. I said, good morning. He said, sponsor me, he said.
Yes.
He wants money of me.
He's doing some walk somewhere.
Anyway, with legs like his.
Are you watching £1 Million Drop?
No.
Janet is. Janet likes it, I take it.
Davina McCall.
No.
Listen, if you were a normal human being reading the newspapers, you would see something that's happening. I want to talk about this. And it's something that nobody's talking about. Have you, I know you won't have seen this, but maybe the girls have noticed it. Have you noticed that every newspaper you lift is about 5, maybe 6, maybe 7, sometimes 8 pages? Everywhere you look, Sex and the City, the new movie. How bad must it be? Do you realise how much they're spending advertising that movie? A sure indication that this movie is the crappiest movie of all time. I've never seen money spent like that on promoting any movie in my life. Never. Can you imagine how bad it must be? And you see the photograph, they're all carved to bits with plastic surgery. Apart from your woman, Carrie thing, the one that lives in Donegal, she's okay. Please mention Jennifer...
I didn't know.
You don't notice
No, because it's all Ronan Keating now. So you immediately.
No, that'll pass away.
You go to the back page. That's what I do. I want to see how. England
Please mention Jennifer McQuaid today and wish her a very happy birthday. We'll be seeing her later for lunch. That's from Sylvia and Howard. And here's a young lady who's visiting us from New York, and her name is Julie Conway. And she wants us to say hello to her and play her something nice. I'll play you a nice little song now in a moment. And here's a gentleman who's worried about Stephen Nolan, and indeed I am too. I think he's getting his Napoleon complex. What about Tubby? He is turning into Marcus Aurelius. You know who Marcus Aurelius was? Well-known Roman, the great Caesar. He employed a man to walk at his heel like a faithful Labrador, and when the people lavishly praised him, the employee's job was to whisper, "You're only a man," in his ear. I know other people at the BBC would need a man like that to walk around with them. Maybe perhaps that's what I need. Maybe perhaps people would like me if I had a person, maybe not you'd be very grumpy, but if I get somebody, maybe some young person, to come along with me, and any time that people were cheeky to me in the street, they'd whisper to me, "Don't mind them, they don't understand. They don't realise how nice you are, how friendly you are." Somebody to whisper that in my ear all the time, and then I'd feel better. Marcus Aurelius clearly wanted to keep his feet on the ground and stay with his people, unlike the fat boy. Today, I awoke from my whiskey-induced torpor. I'd just seen Tyrone give Antrim a lithering. And do you know what we said yesterday? You know what? Do you know how Antrim fell down? They're going for the goals instead of the pints. And did you hear the fat boy telling people about his waxy eardrums? He was having a slow day today, I thought. What's going on? Someone told him to submerge himself in a warm bath. A, where would he get a bath big enough to accommodate his lard? B, would he not be at risk of being harpooned by Japanese tourists, mistaking his cadaverous being for a humpback whale? Have you seen all the basking sharks on the coast of Donegal these last couple of days?
Never.
Have you seen that?
No, where?
Huge sharks, particularly down along the northwest, the Inishowen Peninsula, up around Culdaff, places like that. The basking, I was going to say the barking sharks. I'm a shark. Jesus, I'm a shark. The basking sharks are appeared, and they're huge, and they've got big mouths, and they sweep up all the plankton,
yes,
and the krill.
Just
boys, know what I love at night? On a Friday night, after a drink or two there. Do you know when you get a few scoops there? When you get in the shop, I always go and say, "Have you any plankton or krill there?" I love a krill sandwich, and I'll tell you what, give us some plankton and chips. No, easy on the plankton, not much vinegar. Just a wee drop of salt on them. And I'll have a bag of krill to go along with it.
I had a duck egg this morning.
Well, you better keep away from the girls.
Why?
No man who's eaten a duck egg should be allowed into a lift.
Why?
I was...
Get away with that, B.
Whenever you fart, you'll know all about it. I'm telling you. Girls, am I lying? A duck egg is the worst thing. It's like a
Well, can I tell you, it's a good job you hadn't won this morning. After your performance in the office.
I thought I was rather good.
Yeah.
Did you know?
3 in a row.
Here's... It's what's called a hat trick. But I was only doing that to show off. Anyway.
I was told to boil it for 4 minutes.
It won't work. It'll still be sore. I've just... Now
you need it in longer than 4 minutes. 5 minutes, let me tell you, for the duck egg.
5 minutes is long enough for me. 3 minutes is usually... Anyway, I just...
5 minutes for a duck egg.
Will you stop talking about duck? Why did you eat a duck egg for? It's the worst thing in the world.
Eh?
Did you eat it all?
What do you mean, eat it all?
They're big.
Like your drawers.
They're big. I've
seen an ordinary egg.
No, sometimes they're bigger than duck
You're
eggs.
thinking on a porky... What do you call them?
A porcupine's egg?
What do you call them?
A goat's egg.
Goose egg. You're thinking of a goose egg.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's what I'm thinking of.
A goose egg's a big
But
bite.
a duck egg, I have to say, is... it plays havoc with your insides, I have to say.
I don't think so.
But a goose egg is huge. Anyway, never mind that. Will you get away from the subject entirely?
What? Oh, Janet said that's why we got half a dozen eggs left in here for the wee show yesterday, and Janet was to take 3 home, and I was to take 3 home. But she said to me, "No, you." She was afraid of. You know?
I know, she's absolutely right. She's been around, she knows. But do you not think that you may...
I mean, she's been around.
Oh, Janet knows her way around an egg. Wouldn't you think that maybe perhaps if you got a half a dozen duck eggs, it would be 2 for Janet and 2 for Sean and 2 for little Gerry?
Well,
none of that, of course.
That could be arranged.
All right, okay. I'd like a duck egg, actually. I have enough people who don't like me. I need a few more. No, but I'm worried about that. No, I'm
What about
serious.
Gloria?
I don't know what to do about this. Do you think I should put out an ad in the paper?
About
Saying
what?
things like, I'm a nice person, really? Do you think I should do that? What is it about? What is it about me? This is worrying me.
Why?
I mean, no, I'll tell you, it's like this. I mean, people who know me, they love me. But people who don't know me hate me. But what is it? Is it my aura? What is it about? I'm starting to worry about that. Is it some kind of negative karma? I mean, what am I going to do about it? Huh?
You've really got to start
You mean talking to people?
the language that people talk.
But I can't talk the way people talk.
Yeah.
See, I've had a very strange upbringing. I'm not like ordinary people. That's what's wrong with me, this sense that I'm different. But I don't know what to do about it. I'll talk about this later. Michelle?
As you get older, you're getting odder.
I know, that's what I mean. But you see, I'm just following my own muse.
Do you
do you know what's wrong with me?
Can I ask you something? Honestly,
No, I
this
don't
is
want to talk
personal.
about myself.
No, this is... Well,
But
not really
Sean,
about yourself.
let me just say something to you.
It's about the man that brought you into the world.
The doctor?
No, if you don't mind. Was your father an odd man? Was he a quiet man? Was he...
No. My father was a...
I don't mean that in any derogatory sense.
No,
Was
that's
he-
okay. My father wasn't. My father was a very sociable man.
Yeah.
And he was a gambler.
I know
card
that. You told us that. So that
Oh,
makes him...
gambler.
That makes me think
And he
he's
was a man who would stand...
He's a man's man, then.
He was a man's man.
Yeah, but you're not.
Well, thanks.
No, but you're not.
I'm not a man's man. He was a man who would stand at the corner and spit in the pavement and smoke and say rude things to women as they came past. And he wouldn't speak to me. I told you about this before. He never spoke to me if I ever passed him.
I know.
But, men didn't speak to their children then when they were out in the corner tossing pennies and halfpennies because it was regarded as being a sissy thing to do, to speak to your child. But you see, that affected me. Because I used to go up and I used to say, Daddy, 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 Daddy.
And he'd spit on you.
And he'd go, and he'd say, wipe your face there with that hanky off. You're all snotters. And but see, that had an effect on me, and then
But you see, from the stories you tell me about your mother, God bless her, I mean, your mother seemed to be a very outgoing person and a person that made friends easily because of all the people, the musicians.
No, she
I'm
wasn't.
trying to say musicians.
She wasn't a completely social person, but she liked the right company, and she liked people that she liked. If she met people that she liked, she loved them. But a lot of people she didn't like. I think I like her.
Are you like your mother then?
Yes, I am really, because a lot of people I don't like, but the people I do like, I really like them. And my father took me to work one day.
But you like people that you don't. You don't like people that you don't know, if you know what I mean.
I don't like
There's people that you don't like, but you don't even know.
No, I can sense right away if I like somebody or not, and I get the vibe right away. And sometimes I can't fight that. If people come over to me and I don't like them, I can't change it. There's nothing they can do to make me like them. It's very complex.
But you don't give people a chance. That's my point.
No, but see, I know before they come over that I don't like them.
You can't.
I know before they come over. I see them coming over, and I say to myself, I don't like them. And that's the way it is. I can't help it. I was telling you about when my father brought me to work. That was the most traumatic thing ever.
To his work or to your work?
No.
Your father brought you to your work?
No, his work.
All right.
He was a very handy man. He used to pull out fireplaces and ranges and used to do wonderful things. He could do anything with his hands. And he naturally thought that, his child would be the same. So when I got to be of a certain age, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm pouring it all out today. It's because nobody likes me. And he brought me to work and he said, we're going into this house here, boy. He didn't know my name. He said, we're going to pull out this old fireplace. I said, all right, Daddy. Okay. When you come and he went, I said, pardon? He says, I said, pardon? Bring me with that screwdriver. So I went over and I got a screwdriver and I brought it over to him. And it was a hammer.
Right, yeah.
And I did all the things wrong. And he knew that I was no good. And he never brought me out to work again. He never really spoke to me again because he realised I wasn't like him. So I went upstairs and I started to read Shakespeare. That's what happened. And it's very difficult. See, I'm not like other people.
No, I think you...
I'm not like other people.
You like to think that you're not like other people. You're just a wee oddball.
Do you remember me on the cruise? I had to lock myself away.
You're hateful.
I know, I couldn't deal with it. Yeah. There's too many people wanting to talk about football and rugby. Anyway, Michelle said, but I'm okay, I'm over it now. I've learned to live with it.
Well, apparently Gloria wants to help you.
Does she? Morning, Gloria.
Good morning, Gerry.
I need help.
I think you certainly need help.
I'm getting none here.
Well,
They're laughing at me in there.
You
As soon as I turn the microphone off, they all laugh.
You need to see someone to counsel you.
I'm too sensitive, that's what it is. It was the Christian Brothers made me what I am.
One day you're too fat. The next day nobody likes you.
That's right. No, I was never too fat. I was always too skinny. I was too skinny when it was, well, when it wasn't fashionable to be skinny. And then when it was fashionable to be skinny, I wasn't skinny enough. And
well, I think all your listeners are beginning to be a bit concerned about you.
I think so too. Because I like many of them. I do. Many of them I like, and many of them I meet, and I know that when I meet them, they get a positive reaction from me.
Well,
I go and tell their friends that they like me, but other ones hate me.
I just thought today I needed to ring you up to say the whole world loves you, but please don't keep telling us you're too fat and nobody likes you.
No, you say other boy you're thinking of.
No. Don't even talk to him at the 10:30.
Okay, well, I'm not talking to him for the next week and a half because he's not there.
Well,
but it's the people in there that have made me think I'm fat.
No,
I was never fat until those people in there started to draw attention to my little belly. And there are three of them in there, and every day they do it. Every day. They like to do it before I come down here to depress me. They bring me down before I come on here.
But you're well able and you're fit for them.
I'm ready for them.
You keep Sean in his box.
All right, then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Speaking of my little belly, there could be an explanation here.
Apparently, I'm told that when you were a baby, Gerry, someone texted this information in, that your mother tied a bone around your neck to get the dog to play with you.
That's not true. you know that's not true. Emma is back today. Emma, we've got a part for you in our soap. This is called Radio Foil Follies. She may have not followed it being away at a course this last year and a half. But I'll just read all the parts. This is another episode today. It's down to the nitty-gritty today. You could cut the tension in the Radio Foil kitchen with a knife as a stern-faced Gerry Anderson throws a pregnancy testing kit on the table. Gerry speaks. Read that and weep. Janet says, "Oh my God, it's positive. Someone's going to have a baby." Sean says, "Who is?" Ken says, "I think I know." Gerry is silent. He turns, looks out the window. He speaks. "It is I who am with child." Ken laughs. "Well, boys are boys. Who would have thought it?" Sean, because he's been listening to Karen Patterson and Conor Bradford, says, "Crikey, it's all gone bonkers in here. When? How did it happen? Why?" Gerry says, "The question is, who? Someone in this room is to blame." Janet says, "You can rule me out, and Emma too. We're good girls. We never touched you, so we didn't. We never went near you." "That just leaves the usual suspects," says Gerry. Sean says, hold on, lift the ball, take a team off the pitch. We're eating for two. I don't understand, and I watched Judge Judy." Ken says, "I demand a DNLA test." Gerry looks out the window again. He is contemplative. He has never been pregnant before. "Has it come to this," he says, "that I, Gerald Michael Anderson, spinster of this parish, a man who has lived according to the message of St. Paul, which is moderation in all things, could it be that I, a child who was loved by his parents even though he didn't know what a screwdriver was, could it be that I find myself with child? I have mood swings. I want a Malteser sandwich. I want a krill. Last night I cried all night. I watched a repeat of Dad's Army and broke down. I feel cheap, used, tarnished, thrown away like an empty cigarette packet. But by thunder, I won't face this alone. I shall haul you two deadbeat dads in front of Jeremy Kyle. The man who did this to me shall pay child maintenance until my child is 18 years old. Karen says, "You won't get a penny out of me. I'm keeping my screwdriver." Sean says, "Don't go pointing fingers at me, Gerry. By thunder, one of you shall pay. I will not take this lying down. Sean, you'll get nothing from me. I knew not the man." Ken says, "Not a bean, Anderson. I have my eyes on a set of screwdrivers in the Argus catalogue." An undertone appears. "I've got a cousin called Kevin. Maybe it was him." Ken says, "Anderson is heavy with child, and he's blaming me." Gerry, looking at the pregnancy testing kit, "I am with child." The undertone picks up the pregnancy testing kit and he says, "Hold on a moment. I've got a cousin called Kevin. This isn't a pregnancy testing kit. It's the latest electric nose hair clippers. The wee blue light means the battery is charged. Gerry says, so it means I'm not pregnant. Suddenly I feel empty. Sean says, you were quick enough to put the blame on me and Ken. You never considered Gerry Kelly, who was the first person that cropped up in my head. Undertone says, bad news, lad. Radio Foiled Follies has been cancelled. Next week, Walter Love will take over our slot. Walter will be explaining the importance of music, of the saxophone, in modern-day New York. Sean, what a blow! I had hoped in time I could become the Irish Ken Barlow. Gerry says, you look more like the Irish Derry Barlow. Ken, you're right, Gerry. Look at the old neck on him. Sean, oh Ken, et tu, Brutes, Gerry. If my child had been a boy, I would have called him Bon Jovi. Next week at this time, Walter Love will be here with his horn.
I apologize. I seem to have arrived home with items in my bag from your house. There's cutlery, a tablecloth, some Hennessy, and a book on presidents deceased. I'll have them FedEx to you. It was a strange thing to do. I hope we can still be friends. Oh, it was not me, but someone else, you see, twisting the steering reins. Put a penny in the slot and make an artificial light shine. Leave go my golden eye. I don't give advice, but be wise and think twice before getting involved in a game where the minority face the majority, who are faceless and born without name. Was it knock-sink when we came across three men? They had church candles wrapped in newspaper. I bought two from them and I lit one for you. I hope the message made its way down the wire. Put a penny in the slot and make an artificial light shine. Leave go my golden eye. The soul of a dog, he's alive and not gone to the farm like the others said. A Rhodesian ridgeback off the beaten track in a furniture shop down on the Keys. For the loneliness you foster, I suggest Paul Auster, a book called Timbuktu. Put a penny in the slot and watch the drunken sailor boy dance. She will not let you be her lover. She goes out looking for a taxi. Her phone is ringing straight to message minder. Send out a battalion to find her. Put a penny in the slot and count the swans through a telescope. I can't help from crying, I wish you were mine. When I was 17, I followed my dream up into a high-rise block. The Adventures of Ogie March by Saul Bellow was all I had for company. At night time I'd lie in Beckenham Park with tears like flashbulbs and recall my treasure-searching days in the rock pools as a kid. To the remains of the Chero Plains or around the bonfire in Naylor's Cove. Good company and grief sit like a dark leaf sits beside a stinging nettle. Put a penny in the slot and make an artificial light shine. Leave go my golden arm.
That's a good song. I like that a lot. That's Finn Regan, of course. That's from an album called The End of History. That's a song called Put a Penny in the Slot. Finn Regan, of course. Finn Regan. Finn Regan.
Aye.
He's got the greatest hair in the whole world. Here's somebody talking about golf. Maybe I should hand this to you. The man says, I was wondering if you give a mention to a 4-ball golf tournament happening this Friday at Ballycastle Golf Course in aid of Action MS. The entrance fee is 150 quid for a team of 4, which includes a meal afterwards with great prizes. To enter a team of 4, simply call Heather Lundy from Action MS at 02890790707. Does that make any sense to you?
A good deal, yes.
Good, yeah, right, yeah.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock and with the BBC News, this is Keith Burnside. A 56-year-old man from Dundalk has appeared before the Special Criminal Court in Dublin charged with unlawful possession of explosive substances. Philip McKevitt from Achaboy, Mount Pleasant, is accused of possession of an improvised trailer and 2 gas cylinders adapted to cause an explosion. Counsel for McKevitt asked for him to receive medical attention. He was remanded in custody. A second man arrested as part of the same investigation has had his period of detention extended by 24 hours. A Dublin-based energy firm is due to announce that it will begin selling electricity to households in Northern Ireland from next month. Airtricity will be the first company to compete with NIE in the domestic electricity market. It's expected to offer customers an initial discount of 14% on current prices, cutting the average bill from £500 to £430. About 40 civil servants are staging a demonstration outside their offices in protest at what they say is a doubling of their workload. The staff at the Salaries and Wages Department of the Belfast Health and Social Care Trust process payments for 22,000 healthcare workers every month. They claim rationalisation has halved the number of staff over the past 2 years. Ray Rafferty of the union Unison says workers are struggling to cope with increased pressures.
Basically, the workload has doubled and the number of staff have been halved over the last couple of years. Staff are under immense pressure to meet the deadlines every month of getting all the salaries for the Belfast Trust done. It's now come to the point where they believe that they can't cope anymore, that they are totally stressed out and that there is unreasonable deadlines being pushed on staff each and every month.
Strathclyde police have begun a murder inquiry after the badly burnt body of a teenage girl was found in a field in Winshaw near Motherwell. Zoe Nelson, who was 17, was last seen leaving her home 3 days ago. On to the weather with Stav Deneos.
Hello there. It's a dry but a fresh feel start to the day across all parts. At least it's bright though, with plenty of sunshine around. However, through the morning and into the afternoon, the northerly winds will bring cloud down across many parts. The best of the sunshine though towards the south, where here we'll see temperatures reach around 15 Celsius. That is considerably cooler though to what we have seen over the past few days.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Main Street in Ballyclare is closed until 9 o'clock this evening as the May Fair gets underway. As a result, Ballyclare Main Street and Ballyclare Square will not be served by Ulster Bus today or Saturday, but will operate as normal on all other days. In the meantime, all services will depart from Ballyclare Bus Station and operate via Avondale Drive, Hawthorne Way and Doak Road. For more information, you can contact Translink on 90 666630. And at Belfast International Airport, the 9:10 flight from London Stansted has been further delayed and is now expected at 1:10. Elaine Sutherland reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, switch to save, our first chance to change to another electricity supplier. Would you do it? And what else here could do with a bit of competition? Tarred with the same brush, the type 1 diabetics who want their illness renamed. And a blink of sun and they're out there. Caravans and campers. A welcome sign of summer or a blight on the horizon. Join the debate. You can email talk.back@bbc.co.uk or tweet @WendyTalksBack. Now, and join me on Talkback at 12.
Thank you, Wendy. Welcome back. It's 4 minutes past 11 o'clock. Let me give you the details pertaining to this programme, as I never bothered to do that at the start of the programme. And remember, there are new listeners all the time, replacing those who die. The number to ring if you want to
because the gentleman pointed out the fact...
Can't you hear me giving out
yes,
the numbers?
I know, but, the very fact you mentioned new listeners all the time.
Yes.
And a gentleman on that subject, the gentleman pointed out that every time you tell the story about your father and your father asks for a particular tool, it's always a different tool. Is that for the new listeners?
Yeah.
So that's why it's always a different tool.
Yeah, but you can't be telling the same story all the time.
Okay.
I change my tool all the time.
Oh, right.
Because it's different. You know, people hear a different tool. You know, they get they pick their interest. Okay. I mean, they say to each other, I bet you'll say a screwdriver now.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I say something else.
Yes.
Keeps their attention.
See, the last time it was a spanner.
I know.
There was a screwdriver this
I
morning.
know. It'll be a saw tomorrow. 5 minutes past 11. The number to ring if you want to contact it, it'll be a plane on Friday. Remember the planes?
I could never use them.
Here come the planes.
No, but
They're American planes.
Had you the strength to use a plane?
I had the strength to use a plane.
No, you hadn't. You were a weakling like me. You're a little tiny, puny boy. I couldn't plane. Did you ever try planing the bottom of a door?
Can you chisel out a dovetail joint? Come on.
No.
Can you?
No.
Can you bevel?
No.
Eh? Huh?
No.
All right, don't talk to me.
But is that,
I'm a beveler from way back.
Is that wood?
That's wood. That's what that is. Kid, that's wood.
Is that right?
Don't you forget it. The number to ring if you want to contact this program is 08459 555 678. See, I remembered that without hardly writing it down.
I remember cutting a piece of wood once. Where I don't know, somebody wanted me to cut this piece of wood, my wife or somebody. I think we were putting up curtains. You know that thing you put the curtains on?
Yeah,
like
it's a curtain rail.
But you know that board that sticks onto the wall?
Pelmet.
No, a pelmet's I think.
Stop.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
Nothing's good enough
I got
for
this
you.
bit of wood and I measured it and it was too long for the window. So I held it up, you see, and it was sticking out each side. I cut each end off.
That was very brave of you.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah. It was
That
a big
was
decision
wrong.
on your part, yeah.
And
I bet you felt good after it.
But a normal man would cut one end off and make it fit. Do you understand? I cut both ends off. It took you a long time.
You see, I didn't see anything wrong with that. So I would have done that too. Oh, look at that. That's far too long. Cut an end of that and then cut the end of the other end. Just cut the end
of both
it.
ends.
Just cut a rake of one end. I can't do that. Anyway, the number to ring 08459 555 678. Is that the right number?
08459
555 678. And the email address, of course, is gerry.anderson@bbc.bb. I'll just try that again. The email address is bbc.co.uk. What's it? Gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. That's it. And the text messaging service for those of you who refuse to take advantage of the education system is 81771. Every once in a while I'm asked to... there's about 3 or 4 songs I play on a regular basis, and they're very long songs, and I always play them after the news in case I need to go to the toilet. But one of them is a song from James McMurtry from an album called Childish Things. It's called We Can't Make It Here. So I don't like playing it too often because it's a long song. It's 7 minutes long. But I'm going to play it today because it's a cracker. And a lot of people have asked me to play it over the last few weeks. Excuse me, you find something funny about that?
I'd love to know who asked you.
You don't see my emails. There's one part of me that you will never see. And that is my emails. You see, let me explain to people. If you want to send me a message in complete privacy, send me an email. Yes. If you want the whole world to laugh at you and hang you out to dry, send a text or phone. But the only thing that sees my eyes only is an email. So all you women out there. But first there's this.
I can see by the look on your face that you've got ringworm. I'm very sorry, but I have to tell you that you've got ringworm.
I've always liked this.
It's a very common disease. Actually, you're very lucky to have ringworm because you may have had something else.
Fan at his best.
You've got the ringworm.
Vietnam vet with a cardboard sign sitting there by the left turn line, a flag on his wheelchair flapping in the breeze, one leg missing and both hands free. No one's paying much mind to him, the VA budget's just stretched so thin, and there's more coming back from the Mideast war. We can't make it here anymore. That big old building was a textile mill. It fed our kids and it paid our bills, but they turned us out and they closed the doors. We can't make it here anymore. You see those pallets piled up on the loading dock? They're just gonna sit there till they rot, 'cause there's nothing to ship, nothing to pack, just busted concrete and rusted tracks. The empty storefronts around the square, there's a needle in the gutter and glass everywhere. You don't come down here unless you're looking to score. We can't make it here anymore. The bar's still open, but man, it's slow. The tip jar's light and the register's low. The bartender don't have much to say. The regular crowd gets thinner each day. Some are maxed out all their credit cards. Some are working 2 jobs and living in cars. Minimum wage won't pay for a roof, won't pay for a drink. If you gotta have proof, just try it yourself, Mr. CEO. See how far 5.15 an hour will go. Take a part-time job at one of your stores. I bet you can't make it here anymore. Dream, just like the pictures in the magazine she found on the floor of the laundromat. A woman with kids can forget all that. If she comes up pregnant, what'll she do? Forget the career and forget about school. Can she live on faith, live on hope, high on Jesus or hooked on dope? When it's way too late to just say no, you can't make it here anymore. Stocking shirts in a Walmart store, just like the ones we made before, except this one came from Singapore. I guess we can't make it here anymore. Should I hate a people for the shade of their skin, or the shape of their eyes, or the shape I'm in? Should I hate them for having our jobs today? No, I hate the men sent the jobs away. I can see them all now, they haunt my dreams, all lily white and squeaky clean. They've never known want, They'll never know need. The ship don't stink and their kids won't bleed. Their kids won't bleed in the damn little war, and we can't make it here anymore. To pay less tax, the working poor get to fall through the cracks. So let 'em eat jelly beans, let 'em eat cake, let 'em eat shit, whatever it takes. They can join the Air Force or join the Corps if they can't make it here anymore. That's how it is, that's what we got. If the president wants to admit it or not, you can read it in the paper, read it on the wall, hear it on the wind. If you're listening at all, get out of that limo and look us in the eye. Call us on a cell phone, tell us all why. In Dayton, Ohio, or Portland, Maine, or a cotton gin out on the Great High Plains that's done closed down, along with the school and the hospital and the swimming pool. Dust devils dance in the noonday heat. There's rats in the alley and trash in the street. Gang graffiti on a boxcar door. We can't make it here anymore.
What a great song. That's Can't Make It Here Anymore. That's James McMurtry, M-U-R-T-R-Y, from an album called Childish Things. You can also hear that on Westlife's new album, which is called More Money, Please. I'm cruel today.
Lucy.
Yes?
Lucy's been waiting for a long time.
I'm sorry, Lucy. Good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm all right, Lucy. Sorry to keep you.
That's no problem.
Okay, what can we do for you today?
I wanted to mention the Ballygowan Pink Moonlight Walk, which I'm organising as part of the team here at Action Cancer. So it's a big event we have happening on the 18th of June. So
yeah,
want to tell you a bit about it.
Okay, what's involved?
Well, basically, it's the biggest fundraising event that Action Cancer have ever organised. So it's all about getting women out there and men, if they're interested, to support our breast cancer awareness campaign.
Okay, so what do they have to do, all these women and the men, if they're interested?
Well, the main thing is that they have to be prepared to walk 10 miles. That's the most important part of all.
It's a bit long, isn't it?
Well, not really, because it's such a good crack, Gerry, because they're going to be dressed up and they're going to be wearing pink wigs and pink bras and pink everything. So
no shortage of men at that.
Exactly, that's what we're hoping for. Last year we had over 1,000, and this year we're actually hoping, with the support of Ballygowan, that we'll have maybe about 2,500.
All right then.
So
where are they going to walk from?
It starts off at the Stormont Pavilion, and they walk into the city centre around the City Hall, and then back up the Newton Arch Road and finishes off at the Stormont Hotel. So it's 10 miles, but it'll fly by because there's so many taking part, and it's a really good, fun event to take part in.
Okay, so how do people get involved? How do they volunteer?
Well, they can volunteer, or they can actually take part in the walk and fundraise. £75 is enough to cover the cost of one mammogram, and Action Cancer actually screen. We offer screenings up to 1,000 per month, and we detect 7 breast cancers per month. So if people raise £75 for us, that's covering the cost of one mammogram. So we're asking that people fundraise for it, or they can volunteer and help us out on the night as well, because we also need people, to marshal and to obviously help with registrations, because it's such a big event.
So you want each person to take part in the walk to raise 75 quid? Is that what you want?
Yes, that's the objective, is that we can raise as much money as possible. We screen women. We're the only cancer charity here in Northern Ireland that actually offer breast screening for free. So we screen women aged 40 to 49 and 70 plus. So we actually work in conjunction with the NHS. So we're hoping to get as much money as possible, and then the more money we raise, then the more mammograms we can offer.
Well, 75 quid doesn't seem an excessive amount of money to raise.
No, exactly.
It's doable.
Done.
It's doable. So do you want people to ring you, or what do they do?
Yes, if they can contact us, I have a number here. It's 90803361, or they can also register online if they go to actioncancer.org.
Okay.
Okay, and my name's Lucy, and you can contact me here at Action Cancer as well on 90803379.
90803379. Oh,
yeah.
And the other number is 90803361?
Yes, so they can contact us on either number or via the website. So it's going to be a fantastic event, and it's raising money for the only charity in Northern Ireland that offers breast screening for women.
Oh, that's good, yeah. And that's that sounds like a good thing to do. And when is that again?
It's on Friday the 18th of June. So
hopefully the weather will be good.
Exactly. It'll be a lovely evening. It starts at 10 o'clock at night, so it's a nice evening walk. So even if it is a very hot day, as in the weather we've had recently, then it'll be quite cool in the evening, so it'll be comfortable for all the women walking. But we're definitely behind getting more men involved as well this year, and we want them to dress up too, maybe men that have had a wife or a mother or somebody affected by breast cancer, and they would like to show their support as well.
All right then. Okay, we got your numbers and your website, actioncancer.org.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lucy, and I wish you all. Let me know how you get on.
We will indeed. Thanks a million, Gerry.
Okay, bye.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye. She was nice, wasn't
she? Yes.
You see, I can be nice to people.
Yes, you see, I knew you would like her.
Well, what do you see? I respond to when people are nice to me.
Now, I don't know about how you're going to get on with Kieran.
Why?
Well, Kieran's on too. I don't know.
Do you not like the sound of him?
No, I didn't speak to Kieran. I think it's Emma's man.
Kieran?
Hello.
There's no reason at all why we can't get on.
Oh, no, we're all right.
It's all right, Kieran.
My daughter was down in Newcastle there on Sunday with her uncle and all, and she had a wee Asda bag, and she was on the promenade at the top end.
Yes.
Direction of Donard Parker.
And
she had an Asda bag, and she had her wee DS in it, the wee Nintendo DS game.
Yes.
And her purse was in it as well, and she had wee shoes in it, and she lost it. She left it sitting there, and we walked away with it.
We had somebody lost something similar the other day. That wasn't the same one, was it? When did this happen?
No, that was yesterday. I heard that yesterday.
Oh, that was almost a similar circumstance.
Yep, coincidence.
Oh, so where was this again?
In Newcastle, at the promenade.
Yes.
At the top end of it, in the direction of Donard Park.
Yeah. And what did you say? Was it a wee bag or something?
It was in a Asda bag. So
Asda bag. Sorry, I didn't hear what.
Had the change wee things in it, and she's very down at the minute, Gerry. So if you can sort that out for us, get something sorted out, try and get it back, it'd be brilliant.
All right. Anybody who found an Asda bag with those goods in it, when did that happen? Sunday? Was it Monday?
Sunday.
Tuesday?
It was Sunday afternoon.
Sunday. Well, somebody's probably got that, and said, "Oh, I must take this home or whatever," and just whatever. If you've got it, give us a ring at 08459 555 678, and we'll contact you right away.
That's brilliant, Gerry.
All right, then.
Gerry, just one more thing before I go.
Yes.
No way you're always doing shut that gate. No.
Yes.
Right. Well.
Shut that gate.
Shut that gate.
Shut that gate.
Campbell from Londonderry.
Londonderry, indeed. Right. We'll have to do that again sometime. That kind of fiddled out.
They're all at it.
And he sounded so sensible. Kieran, thank you very much.
What does he want you to do?
He wants you to find the...
but did he not want you to do something about the shut
it's
the
all
gate?
Sorted.
No, the shut the gate thing.
Yeah.
What did he want you to do?
I don't know. He went away before he had time to
he says,
explain.
because he started off saying, what you always do is shut that gate.
Yeah, he never went any further.
He never went any further.
Yeah, I thought I was okay with him.
Yeah.
I was good with him, wasn't I?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something I thought about this morning.
Yes.
On my way back from the Eurospar.
On your way back from the Eurospar?
I was up getting half a dozen baps.
What time are you up at this morning?
But I was up at 7:20.
7:20? What happened?
Just got up.
Does bed ignite?
Anyway, on the way back, I always use the controlled crossing. Yeah. I walk up to the shop.
Yeah.
And this is what I thought. And I want to know, do you do the same? I think everyone does it. Why do you always look at the wee green man when he's flashing?
Because he expects it.
But you notice that you're standing there, and then the traffic stops, and you go beep 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 beep.
Always look at him, yeah.
And you look at the wee green man all the way across.
How would you like if you flashed and nobody looked at you? Hey, you wouldn't like it one bit. You have to look at.
But why do we do that?
I don't know why. It's human nature. That's probably why. That's why he's there, to attract our attention, to remind us that it's never safe to cross unless the man flashes. A lady writes to me, Michelle, and she said, "I've just wasted an hour of my life this morning." Do you know what she watched? No. Don't Get Done, Get Dumb. Is Dom the wee baldy man, the wee hateful man that's on the One Show?
Oh, I don't know.
You know the wee man, don't stop there. No. He's a wee baldy man. He's horrible. He's so cheerful.
He's
so cheerful. You just want to strangle him.
I see the wee keep fit man.
I don't know what he does, but
the wee strong wee man.
I tried to watch the One Show again last night. I think I had a record last night. I think I hit my longest period watching the One Show. 2.5 minutes. No, I thought I was doing well. And then a man said, "Hey!" And then I had to go.
The new boy on?
Yes.
Who they got now? The last I heard was some...
Christine Needs Me.
Yeah, but who they saddle Christine with?
I think his name is Matt Baker.
Oh, right.
He's too cheerful.
Yeah.
And he's too clean cut. And he flashes his teeth at you. He's perfect for television. But you know what Christine needs? Christine needs a rock.
You?
Just call me Granite.
Yeah.
One young fella had gone on holiday on this programme. She misses me. I could see it in her eyes. I can hear her calling out to me. Gerry, come to the sofa. Come to the sofa. Help me.
Why doesn't she get her boyfriend on?
Help me. Because he's too busy playing for England in the World Cup. He may not have time to interview somebody about their begonias. One young fella had gone on a holiday, lost his mobile, reported it, went home. His usual bill for his mobile phone, this is on the programme Don't Get Done, Get Dumb. His usual bill was £5 a month. Cheap in any man's language. Within weeks, he got a bill for £3,331.61. He got Dom involved. Dom rang O2 and all those places who were both mentioned on the invoice. Each company told Dom he should be dealing with the other company. So in other words, it was not clear which company was owed the £3,333.61. That's where the programme should have ended. If you get a bill and are legally entitled not to pay it, just wait patiently until the solicitor's letters come and start sending nasty letters back. They'll soon give up. If not, you can represent yourself in a small claims court. You don't need a solicitor. A lot of people don't know that, and they panic when they get bills. You would panic if you got a bill, wouldn't you? You're the type of person who'd panic. I have so many bills, I can paper the walls with them. At the end of the programme, Dom presented the young fella with a cheque for £3,333.61, and everybody was happy. I must have missed something. It didn't say where the cheque came from.
That's exactly.
Do you know where the cheque came from?
No.
That great horn of plenty that is up there in a place that we call paradise.
But did he pay the bill?
No, there's a big mound of money up there, and there's a label on it which says TV money. Whenever anyone appears on a TV programme and there's any kind of problem, they always sort them out. There's always money from TV
They can't
companies.
do that. The
They
BBC
can.
can't do it. It was a BBC programme.
I don't know.
Terry.
I don't know.
Terry's on one.
Would you get up into that champion brat and let Mr. Maguire sit down? Cock 'em the parlours, boys, and give your man a seat.
As part of the cutbacks, I want Anne Robinson to stop giving our money away.
She tried to wink last night. She tried twice.
She's giving away about 10 grand a week.
I know, she's a hussy. She tried to wink last night at the end of, what do you call that thing she does?
Catch the weakest phrase.
The weakest phrase. The weakest catchphrase.
Weakest link.
Do you know who I was talking to last Friday?
Oh, you were not.
Roy Walker.
Oh.
He said, I've had a new lease of life. I said, what's that? He said, I'm on with Chris Moyles every morning. He said, my life has changed.
That's good.
He said, he's coming up here in a few weeks. He's going to come into the programme, sit and talk to us.
I would love that.
He's going to come in.
Yes.
We'd love
Be
to
really
see him.
good. I'm looking forward to it. I can't do him.
No, but is he going to come up some Friday, or is it going to be some day during the week we'll all see him? I would love to see him.
Yeah,
he's
going to come in here.
Yeah. I wonder will he bring wee Shuey with him? It's a long time since we heard about wee Shuey.
He's looking good.
That's good. You've
He's
got a
very
wee
healthy
call.
looking.
Would you take a wee call in one? It's from Terry. Wants a word. Just a wee word.
Hello, Jay. How you doing, bye?
Hello, Terry.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm all right.
You must be on something this week, bye.
Oh, cocaine's getting a touch today.
Is it getting a wee turn? Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, I was at you before.
Oh, right.
Not in that way now.
Yeah.
In a different way. About this, the Sailortown Titanic Festival.
Oh, yes.
And we were looking for a living artifact with a neck like a turkey, just like yourself.
Well, here I am.
See if we can get you involved.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this. What is it?
Well, we've had to scale it down a bit because of the credit crunch, but we're going to go ahead with it. It's a Titanic Schools project, and we're going to have boats up and down the River Lagan all day. Well, most of the day on Friday, the 18th of June. What?
It's the same as going to jail without the added risk of being drowned. So it's very true. Anyway, no, the 18th of June, that's a Friday, isn't it?
That's a Friday, and we're hoping to see if we can tempt you out into the outdoors, get a bit of air around you.
You see, I'm always very reluctant to commit myself because anything that's to do with the outdoors in Northern Ireland, you have to be very, very careful. I mean, for instance, if you say to me, how'd you like to go on a boat on the 18th of June? My natural inclination, I have to say, is to say yes. But then again, I said to myself, I bet you it'll be raining and pouring from the heavens down.
No, sun
Where are
always
you going?
shines.
What?
Where are you going, Gerry?
What about if I say I will, depending on the weather conditions?
Well, that would do.
All
Where
right,
are you
then.
going?
You tell me in a minute. Don't be so
Oh,
impatient.
I thought I missed it. That's so
He wants to know where we're going in the
Well,
boat.
we're going. There's a big new Titanic model, a Titanic quarter.
Yes.
And we're going to be ferrying the kids from there, which is in behind the Odyssey, down the river to the Thompson Graving Dock, and then they get off at the Thompson Graving Dock, and there'll be a wee bit of a walking tour and round the Northern Ireland Sands Park, and then we'll get them a bus back down. So it's a boat, a bus, and a walking tour, and there's going to be. I've actually got some Shipyard veterans from Elm Grove Manor. They're coming along, hopefully, with Elm Grove Primary School. So there's going to be a mixture of old crooners like yourself, Gerry, and young kids, and they'll tell each other yarns and all. And we're trying to get yourself down because there's kids coming from. There's a Sailortown Titanic branch as well, and we thought, seeing as you found at Sailortown, Gerry, you'd like to get involved.
That's right. Yeah. It's one of my bigger projects.
And you're a former dock worker as well, Gerry.
A man gave me a Turk's head the last time I was down in Titanic Town.
A Turk's head or a turkey's neck, Gerry?
A Turk's head. You know what a Turk's head is? A Turk's head is a peculiar kind of knot that they used to use in the days of sail. And there was a time when there were many, many different types of knots. And because a lot of sailors had time in their hands, they used to invent various intricate and indeed complicated and involved knots. Huge big things. I had a Turk's head for a long time.
Well, Gerry, there you go. You could do the Turk's head for the kids.
No, I give it away to a man who was very interested.
You don't know how to do it? You forget how to tie it yourself?
No man alive can do a Turk's head. It's so complicated. The thing is like a football. I mean, it actually looks like a Turk's head.
Well,
it looks like a man's head with a turban on it.
If you could tie a Turk's head when you get off the boat, you could have a wee kick about with him.
Kick a man's head around when he's down. Listen, do you have all the kids organised for that, or do you want the volunteers to go?
Well, I'm waiting on all the schools for me back. I think I've about 300 kids lined up. But I've got spaces on the boats for anybody that's interested. Hit the old website, titanicschools.com.
Okay.
Get in touch with me, and especially if they're shipyard workers, there's wee spaces on the boats, and it's great to see people of an age who used to work in the shipyard come along, have a bit of a yarn. There's a shipyard workers toolbox. We've got bowler hats, sledgehammers, rivet squad reenactment, and we'll maybe even get Gerry Anderson on a boat.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's make it a tentative yes.
A tentative yes?
Yes.
Can I think I'm talking? You see, I was talking to you before.
I know.
And then there's actually you actually have a producer. Do you know that, Gerry?
Well, I didn't know that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to let the cat out of the bag. There's actually It's actually somebody who pulls the strings with you sometimes.
I haven't been told.
Have you not?
It's probably part of a great process.
You
Anyway, listen, we shall organise all this. Talk to me again.
I will.
Okay.
Great show, Jay. Keep
Bye.
it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. There's a man whose heart's in the right place, whereas mine isn't. Were you ever down there where the Titanic was launched?
No, I wonder how long that boat trip takes.
I'd be afraid to ask.
I thought I would have asked him that. You see,
No, I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid I might hear the answer.
That sounds interesting.
I was down there before. It's an amazing thing when you go down there where that particular dock. You know where the Titanic was built. You can't get in. You know.
So
when I was down there, you have to get a special permission to get in. And, you say to yourself, why aren't people allowed in there? And you stand there and you say, "There's where the Titanic was built." And you stand there on your own. And I was down there one time and I looked over and I saw a wall. I saw kind of like a lot of movement. A lot of people jumping up and down on the other side of the wall. I said to myself, what's that? So I went over and had a look. It was about 15 Japanese tourists trying to look over the wall. Because they were told that's the Titanic was built and they couldn't get in. You're not getting in, all right.
Have you got the Dubliners?
The Dubliners?
The Dubliners. Jim McDonald would like the Dubliners because he's feeling a wee bit down.
I'll just sing a bit. Mrs. McGrath to the sergeant said, "Would you like to make a Sunday out of your son, Ted?"
That's the only Dubliner song you ever sing.
The Zoological Gardens. Isn't that enough?
No. You sing The Wild Rovers.
As I went home one Friday night, I was drunk could be. I saw an owl down on the bed where my old dog should be. Get drunk, you silly old female.
Daddy played guitar in a band and went to work most nights. The mother stayed at home and made sure that we all grew up right. And they both say that I grew up just a little too fast. But that's what comes from living in a city like Belfast. Running, 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 running. Running, 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 running. She'd always done so well at school. Studied hard and never thought to worry about being cool. Sometimes I wish I was a little more like her, but I'm not. I just hit the ground running and now running's all that I've got. Running, 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 running. Running, 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 running.
Belfast singer-songwriter Dan Donnelly. That's from a collection called Country and Northern, and that's a track called Running. Someone on the line there. Is there someone on the line there?
Yes, Gerry.
That's a good song, that, isn't it? You
That's
like
a
that?
very good song.
I like that. It's got a kind of... It sets my toe tapping.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, good morning, sir. Who's this, I wonder?
May through to the second biggest show in the country.
Ah! Mm-hmm. You are indeed.
Tell you what it is, Gerry. I'm looking 2 goats.
You're looking 2 goats?
Yes, and you and Sean's not available.
No, we're not, no. No, thank you. And tell me this, what kind of goats are you looking?
One's at late grass.
Pardon?
One's to eat grass.
Why don't you just buy a lawnmower?
Well, there's too much of it.
Well, you see, one of the things about... Is he just not finishing his sentences, or what's wrong?
No, I think it may be you.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Is it my attitude that's wrong?
Possibly, yeah.
Let me start again. I believe you would like some goats.
Yes.
Have you any idea what kind of breed of goat that you require?
Something not too dear.
Something quite inexpensive.
Yes.
Something within your price range.
Yes.
Well, I wonder, what part of the country do you inhabit? What area do you live in?
County Armagh.
County Armagh. What a fine place.
Yes.
The Orchard County. The Orange County. The Apple County. And have you looked about your local neighbourhood for these goats that what you want?
I have and had no success.
We're not happy with your line of questioning.
I'm trying to be as formal as I can.
No. How much? How much money is he prepared to pay?
I'll get to that. How much money are you prepared to lash out on these particular goats?
Roughly in around for 30 quid each, if possible.
You seem a little mean. You seem a little shy of the spondulics.
Yes.
So you probably need... You couldn't get a goat for 30
I learned
quid.
that from you.
Can you get a goat for 30 quid? Can you really? No, you can't, can you?
Well, that's what I was told anyway.
All right then, let's encourage people who have got goats for sale to approach you and indeed barter and indeed...
I might go a wee bit more, like, but forgotten with 30 quid, you'll take it for 30, like.
You're thinking somewhere in the region of 30 quid anyway.
Yep.
And you want 2. Do you want both of the same sex or do you want one of each?
No, both females.
Both females.
Like 'em.
All right then, okay. All right, I think that's about as far as I can go with this.
Yeah,
roughly about 3 to 4 months old, Gerry.
Right.
3 to 4 months.
Why the nanny goat?
What?
Why does you want the female?
All right then.
As
I'll
to
ask
the
him.
male.
Why is it that you want the female nanny goats?
But you can't get milk out of a billy goat.
Oh, he wants to milk him as well. Oh,
He wants
Does
everything.
Sean not know that? Then he's from the town. He wouldn't
wants-
know all that.
I
You want-
didn't think you were looking milk.
He's looking milk as well. No, he's looking for the goats to eat the grass
Right.
until convert the grass until milk.
Will we ring Jordy and ask him much he should pay for the goat?
Couldn't fish.
The man's looking for some guidance.
Well, let somebody ring up and talk to him.
No, Jordy would do, like.
All
If he's
right
not
then.
full of
Right, 2
scraper.
goats, roughly 3 to 4 months old.
Yes.
And what area do you live in?
County Armagh.
Armagh.
County
Armagh.
I only asked. I didn't.
You're
I
not
wasn't at the
listening.
start of the interview.
I've been
County
through all
Armagh.
that.
And are you willing to travel to fetch goat?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay.
All right then, go away.
All
Thank
right
you.
then, Gerry, we'll
Goodbye.
get you the
Think I was too abrupt with it.
You see, that's why people don't like you.
I can't help it.
You see, I was warming to that man.
I didn't like him.
You know.
There was something abrupt about him.
No, there wasn't. It was you.
It's me.
It's you again.
I know it's me. It's me. I know. Leave me alone.
No.
Leave me alone. Great show yesterday, kid. A show, if I'm not mistaken, that had its face washed and hair combed by Janet. Just before Mickey Bradley yelled, "Quiet in the studio, please. I've got a cousin called Kevin. Teenage kicks is hard to beat. 3, 2, 1, and action." Live on air. The show had, as Patrick Kavanagh would say, a good deal of merit, and proved that arts and culture are very much alive west of the Ban, as is seen by our bid.
He knows nothing about goats. That's why he was.
I know plenty about goats. Tommy looked at me like only a cat can who is dismantling a live hand grenade and said, "Herr Coyle gave short shrift to that poor man with the golfing story yesterday. Why was that, do tell? One just has to know." I readjusted my jetpack and replied, "Houston, we have a problem." I then went on. He hated it because the story was new, topical and up to date. Tommy pulled a wee red thing out of the hand grenade and went, "Oops!" Quickly replaced it. After the house didn't blow up, Tommy said, "Are you implying that Mr. Coyle is a Luddite?" "I am," I said. Oh, how Mr. Coyle would like to pick up his sledgehammer and go on an orgy of destruction in the course of a night. He would smash every computer, mobile phone, photocopier, Game Boy, and a man wearing big trousers in the province. "There is another word," said Tommy. "There are many words," I replied. As Confucius once said, "Another word that sounds like Luddite," said Tommy. "I think it's the name of a brown coal found in great quantities in Ulster and surrounding districts." "Lignite! Lignite," I said. "Don't get me started on lignite. 50 years ago a man came on TV and said, 'People of Ulster, relax, sit back, count your money, let it all hang out. I bring tidings of great joy. We have just discovered that Ulster is built upon millions of tons of lignite. Lignite is a brown coal found close to the surface. Our fuel problems are over. Lignite can be used as a coal or converted into gas, petrol, moisturiser and margarine." "And what happened?" said Tommy. "Nothing," I said. "Nothing. Experts found out that lignite burns up faster than one of Dickie Rock's old wigs and is not worth the trouble of mining. So," said Tommy, "there it sits, lignite. We are sitting on a big pile of brown stuff, and that's what lignite is. A great big pile of brown stuff, useful to nobody." I watched as Tommy opened a window and released the diffused hand grenade back into the wild. "Fly, my little one," said Tommy. "Fly back to the flock of diffused hand grenades that swoop back and forwards over Stephen Nolan's house. You've got to love him. You've got to love him." Oh, wrong song. I'll be giving out the teaser next.
Who else would do that? Nobody else would do that. Oh, good luck. What about Anthony on one?
Gerry loves you, Gerry loves you.
Anthony's one.
The phones are jammed, Anthony's on the phone. The phones are jammed. Good luck now, what age are you? 92?
About the goats,
is that your husband? You'll have to keep him now. What age is he? 90? Oh, that's great. That's great.
Live in the fall.
Spent all our money on alcohol.
And now you're gone.
Solid gone.
And I don't worry.
You should be worried.
'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Never have one girl at a time.
Oh, don't I know it?
Always have me 6, 7, 8, or 9. But now she's gone.
Oh, I'm gone.
And I don't worry.
He don't worry.
'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world. See me stealing, don't you tell on me. I'm just stealing back to old used to be.
Now I'm gone. You don't worry, do you, baby?
'Cause I'm sitting on top of the world. I can get a woman quick as you can get a man. And now you're gone,
Long gone.
and I don't worry,
You should be worried.
'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Summer, not in the fall. Spent all my money on alcohol. And now you're gone,
Long gone.
and I don't worry,
Worry.
'cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
That's Willie Nelson, of course, and that's a girl singer who is that? Oh, here it is, Elizabeth McQueen. Don't know who she is. That's from an album called Willie and the Wheel.
How did you get that?
Excuse
That's
me?
a great album. That's a great song.
It's Willie with Willie Nelson with a band called Asleep at the Wheel.
I would love that.
Well, you can't have it.
I know.
Because it's mine, this is.
I know it's yours.
You're not going to have it. I'll have
Anthony's on one.
Is he?
Hello.
Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Geraldo.
How are you, Anthony?
Had you a 4-course meal when that song was playing?
No. Why was that?
Well, it was that long I nearly fell asleep.
Was it long, really? Let me just have a look at it.
I just would not like to have been dancing to some of my aunties or grannies at a wedding, not to it anyway.
That was 4 minutes, 44 seconds long. Yeah, it was quite long. Yeah. And you see, there was a time when people would dance, and that would be interminable. Particularly if you were dancing with a dog. Which is not a nice thing to say, but I'm not a very nice person, am I?
You're not. Well, people say you're not, but I think you're a great person.
See the way I've turned?
But you see, if you were dancing with your wife or the person that you loved, that'd be a great song. You see? Why does it have to be was dancing with someone you don't like? And anyway, if you were dancing with someone you didn't like, you wouldn't be out dancing to that song. You wouldn't ask the person to dance that.
No, do you know the way some...
And if you didn't like someone, you would talk to them. And you
do
would chat all the way.
Do you know the way
through that.
sometimes, well, you know, we're going back a long time to when people used to go to dances, but I'm sure it's the same in clubs. Clubs, here I said clubs.
Clubs, yes, I heard clubs, yes.
Come here, time is of the essence, gentlemen.
What about... he's hurrying us on. Yes. All right, carry on, sir.
You were to get me a goodie bag, Mr. Anderson, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. What was that goodie bag?
It was for the photograph of Little Mick and the Hootenanny.
Oh, yes. And what was I supposed to send you?
Oh, you were to send me a goodie bag of all sorts. But, however, right. I'm going to give you one challenge, Mr. Anderson.
The staff didn't remind me that I
Yes, we did.
I am trying
to Janet did.
Janet did?
Yes, Janet did.
What did she
Janet
say?
gave you that gentleman's telephone number. I think
gave me his telephone number. What do I want that for?
I do believe.
And I have been talking to you since.
Yes.
And you said you would sort something out, and still haven't. But however, this is what I'm going to ask you to do for me.
All right.
I am trying to get my hands on a CD, a 2-CD set. It's called The Gold Ring by Willie Clancy, and it's 40 years of Irish piping.
Yes, The Gold Ring by Willie Clancy.
Yeah.
Who's Willie Clancy? Obviously not one of the Clancy brothers.
Well, he may well be. He could be an uncle.
No.
But he died in 1965.
It's early. All right, then. And it's, what do you say, 40 years of Irish piping?
Yeah.
Ah, that sounds like a thing that could be done. Maybe perhaps someone out there would need to help us with that, because I am not sure that I would have that immediately to hand.
And I think it was produced by RTE.
RTE, that's what they used to say. Or people in Dublin don't like saying R.
With the fada over the E.
R. Because people in Dublin, when they say R, it's regarded as being very working class. So anyone that works in RTE always says RTE. And whenever I hear someone saying RTE, I avoid them. What they should say is RTE.
And what did I say?
You said RTE.
No, he didn't.
Who asked you?
I'm asking you.
I'm defending him.
Well, stop defending the callers.
Anthony.
Don't be defending the callers. He said RTE.
He did not.
What did you say it again, Anthony?
R.
You see, he's deliberately getting out of his way to say it right now.
No, it's not.
All right, then. Will you make a note of this, you people in there?
No. This is your baby. This is your lucky bag.
The people...
I will become... If you do not turn up trumps for me, I'll be coming to hunt you.
Don't threaten me.
Oh, no, I'm not threatening you.
Would you not send Anthony in the direction of the man in Ballyclare?
Well, you see, that's a possibility. There's a man in Ballyclare who gets stuff for us.
No, yeah, but let him get it. Let him get that for you to send to me.
All right, Bert, you're listening. You've got your orders, Bert. Bert McCormick, of course. And we have to say at this point, it may seem as if we're only recommending Bert. Bert is the only man that we know of that goes to a lot of trouble to get stuff that's very rarely got. So, but if there are any other record stores out there who want us to recommend, we'll do the same thing. By all means, let us know.
I have tried the internet as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
See, that's people go to the internet now. We shouldn't be all sitting in looking out the window.
Rather, I didn't. I got a friend to do it. I was like, wouldn't know the first thing about a computer, but I got a friend to try the internet for me.
Luddite, eh? All right, then. Listen, we'll do the best we can for you. I'll get the people inside to remind me constantly that I have these things to do.
Right.
Thank you, my child.
Thank you, Gerry, and
Goodbye.
thank you, Mr. Coyle.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
He says thank
Pat's
you.
on too. Pat's on too.
Hello, Pat.
Gerry, how you doing?
I'm all right, Pat.
You enjoying the good weather?
It's not great today. There's a bit of a chill in the air today, I have to say.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'll tell you what I'm ringing you about. There's a neighbour in our locality, and he's 60 tomorrow.
Yes.
And he wouldn't want too many people
to know
his age.
What's his name
he's
then?
He's always up to the devil in himself.
What's his name? Name him.
Charlie McCann.
Charlie McCann. Where's he
Charlie
from?
McCann from Ballyhagan.
Ballyhagan.
From Ballyhagan.
And he's 60 today. He's on the way down.
Tomorrow. He's
tomorrow.
60 tomorrow.
It's all downhill.
He's an apple grower, so he is.
It's all downhill from here, Charlie. And you wish it to be known that he is this vintage?
Oh, yes, I wish it to be known that he's that vintage.
If he was an apple, he'd be thrown away.
He'd be thrown away. Tell us this, did you enjoy your apple tart that day at Balmoral show?
I must confess I did very much. I enjoyed
Did you get it?
I did.
That's good.
You didn't know about that, did you?
We didn't get any.
I know.
We didn't get... Where did you get the apple tart?
Never you mind.
Where did he get it, Pat?
I think there was a grower was to send him down an apple tart.
Oh. Yes, I got it, yes. I got
it. You got it all right?
You never shared with the gang?
It was handed to me and I concealed it immediately.
Yeah, we?
I know. Knowing what vultures you people are. Listen, good luck to Charlie then. Happy birthday, Charlie.
Good man. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
And by the way, you shouldn't be encouraging people to take 3-month-old goats away from their mother. They need the mother with them and they're too young to be separated.
I'm not encouraging anybody.
Yeah, but you had a man
I don't care.
You had a man on looking at him.
The wall of the harbour, looking to seaward, eyes out for seals. If we're dead lucky, we'll see a dolphin and know we're living as the water recedes. Watch the way it filters through our fingers. Not much will stay in these shifting summer sands. Find the lee of the breeze that flitters in between us. Sign all the lines of these ever-working hands.
That's Carol Keogh trying to gather some of that Dolly Parton money. This is a track called Shifting Summer Sands featuring Sharon Shannon on the Squeeze Box. That's about all we have time today. This will play us out. Back tomorrow at the same time. Bye.
The sun has dropped the ballast over. It's time